Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Soul Journey Series, episode number 9. Today, I have the special chance to interview my guest, Heather Ellis. So let me tell you a little bit about my guest as we're getting ready to kind of come live. My guest, Heather Ellis, is a certified Reiki Master and certified crystal healer and energy healer. She's also certified in astrology and a tarot reader. She is very talented and creates handmade wire wrapping crystal jewelry. Hi, Stella. So she has many talents, not only with tarot, but also energy. And she's also a wonderful handmade crystal wrapper. So check her out on Instagram. We're still kind of waiting to see. So I can't even invite you because it's.
I see.
Oh, there you go.
One moment to set up my camera here.
Go ahead.
You can hear me though?
I can hear you. I can't see, but I can hear you.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Hey, we're ahead of the game here.
Okay. Technology is not my thing, and my daughter is not home right now. I mean, where's a teenage kid when you need one, right?
I know. I'm flying solo here too.
Yeah.
No, and it's funny though. I think right now on Instagram I'm a bit more techie than my children as well, anyways, because they don't use this platform very often.
Okay.
So yeah, so I actually tell them how to do things instead of them telling me. So
nice.
Go, Mom. So let me know when you're ready, because I can't see you.
I'm ready.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for keep trying. I really appreciate it. I know that this is a hurdle, and I'm so happy that you didn't give up, and we got on. Yeah. We got on. Yeah. So, might as well. I introduced you. Yeah. So I said this is so everybody. This is Heather Ellis. Yes. She's a Reiki Master, certified crystal healer. She's an energy healer. She's also an astrologer and a tarot reader, and she dabbles in handmade crystal jewelry. Just just for fun, right?
Just a few of the things I do.
Just a few. So let's just dive right in. So the first question here is, what would you like to share about your life journey so far that has led you to become a healer, all sorts of different modalities?
Okay. So what has led me to be a healer? So this question, I don't have a fabulous life story where something amazing happened or anything like that. It's been something that has been ongoing since I can remember, even as a child. And by the way, thank you for inviting me on here and having me here. I'm really happy to be here. But
most welcome.
So I've always felt a connection to nature, to people. I grew up right beside a forest, and I'd go into the woods every day, play. That was just the thing for me, going down to the creek, climbing in trees. But I was also that kid in the schoolyard, where I would felt connected to things things that other people would consider objects, things not having a soul, not having energy. And for example, I grew up in Hampton, a very small town north of Bowmanville, and our playground had a rock, and I would sit on the rock and I would talk to the rock, and the rock was my friend because the rock had feelings, it had a soul, and I really felt that energy from it. And I've always been like that. And with people as well, I could feel like their hurt and disappointment of classmates if they weren't invited to things, or they were excluded from a party, or they were picked last on a team, like that kind of thing. And those kinds of things would keep me up at night as a child. I do have, as an astrologer, and I'm sorry, I do jump all over the place, especially when I'm excited. That's like the ADHD side of me coming out. But I do, I have Venus in retrograde, so that's part of that, like staying up at night, worrying about people, thinking about people, and that I've met a long time ago, and they always come back to my mind, right? That's the astrology side of it. But I could see the energy exchange between everyone and everything, even then, and the interconnectedness of everything. And as I grew up, I became more fascinated why people do the things they do, how two people with similar backgrounds can grow up completely different. Or is that nature? Is it nurture? Or is it something even beyond that that affects people? And why can one person experience a traumatic event and be completely fine while another person is physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually broken, right? And this fascination and connection was definitely the starting point for me in my journey. And that mixed with a curiosity of topics such as death, what happens to us when we die, seeing beyond, seeing spirits, even as a child, seeing spirits, and where does everything come from? Where do we come from? And if we're influenced by each other and everything that surrounds us, how are we also influenced by the stars and the planets? So this was, again, since the time I was a child, I was interested in this stuff. And then in my late teens and early adulthood, I started to study various cultural belief systems, and including my own views on health and wellness as well, and cultural belief systems. And so much so that my first bachelor's degree was actually a double major in anthropology and archaeology. Wow. Yeah. Which I loved. And I actually started in law, believe it or not, because I got a college diploma in law. And then I just got sick of law, bored with it, and I switched to anthropology and archaeology. But I became very influenced by Buddhism and Taoism, because part of the anthropology is you're learning about different cultural beliefs and stuff, as well as indigenous beliefs and values as well. I did prehistoric North American prehistory, which is a lot of the indigenous cultures. And during that time, I was very fortunate that I had an opportunity to study abroad for the summer months in one of my years of university. And so I studied a summer semester in Peru, which was fantastic. It was a very amazing experience. I was actually doing archaeology and digging up mummies, and a lot of fun, very interesting. But during that time, I also spent time with a curandero, which is a shaman, and learned from him as well. And the curandero, he had a very intuitive and psychic understanding of the world around him and disease and medicine and how everything is interrelated and connected. And so that was something that really impacted me a lot too, and influenced me in my journey on healing and learning about healing. So when I came home, I would take anything I could, any course, any class that I could about healing modalities, astrology, tarot, crystal healing, crystals. I mean, I was always interested in rocks and rock hound. I still like to go and dig up my own rocks or crystals. And also like views on belief systems, different belief systems, even quantum physics as well. That's energy, and spirits and working with spirit. And crystals and crystal healings, because I connected with them at such a young age. That was definitely my initial catalyst into this world, and everything expanded from there. And I'm still on my journey. I'm still learning. This is truly a rewarding path, but it's a never ending. I would never ever say I'm a master of anything, because there's always so much more, so many modalities, so many and different viewpoints too. So it's a wonderful thing to be involved in, for sure. I know you know it. You know it.
Yeah, definitely. And you're right. And that's why I called it Soul Journey, because it isn't, if anything, I could have called it Soul Evolution, because it's always evolving. You're never done. Like you get to, and it's funny because today I was watching a class and it was talking about the next mountain and the next mountain, and you're never done. Like it's just always something else, something new, and you grow and expand, and things get bigger, but the mountain still, you still want to climb it, right?
Yes, yes. And as a Capricorn, I can attest, we like our mountains. We climb those mountains.
Yeah.
It's never ending. So
awesome. Well, that was, you know what? It's a journey, right? Like, and you know, if I would tell you my story, there were moments of epiphany and aha, but it wasn't like one big thing that changed my whole life, right? It is those little tiny moments that built you into a healer, right? And I think it's kind of built within you, right? Because I know that from when I'm like you, since I was a little child, I had all these extra sensitivities and things that I didn't realize that I was different, right? So
yes,
I hear you. And I appreciate your journey, right? And that's exactly what it is.
Thank you.
So with the next question is, have you discovered your life purpose? And if you have, How did that occur?
So I've partially discovered my life purpose. Again, I think that's an ongoing thing too. It's
Yeah.
always evolving, always changing as we grow, and so our purpose evolves with that. But it was definitely something that also happened organically for me, since as long as I can remember. I've always strived to find my purpose and feel like I fit in. And this was very difficult for me because I constantly second guess myself and even my intuition at times. And as I learned about more and more about astrology, and I began to interpret my own chart and natal chart, that's where I really began to understand my purpose a little bit more. Looking at the nodes, looking at, your midheaven, all those things. And my natal sun, my north node, as well as my Saturn. My Saturn's in my first house, but all of them are at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree, which is also very difficult energy to work with. But that is where that second guessing always comes in. And it's something that I will always struggle with and always work on, and feeling like I'm fitting in and following my life purpose. But so I mean, that is a big theme in and of itself. But what I have learned from that, and in striving to find my purpose, is how to also help other people find their purpose. Sometimes when we suffer a trauma, and this is part of that Chiron placement. Chiron is the wounded warrior, right? It's usually where we feel some kind of shame or guilt, where we've had some kind of wound in our life, some trauma. Even if it isn't a significant trauma, it's significant to you, even if others perceive it as, oh, so you got scolded as a child, big deal, right? But to you, you internalize that moment and it impacted you. And it's that Chiron energy, that wounded warrior. It's a wound that we have trouble healing from, but we're really good at helping others heal with similar experiences with that. And that's what I find with those anaretic degrees, even though I'm always looking for my life purpose, that I'm really good at helping others find theirs. So that's part of it. And then also, I've learned along the way, I mean, I'm 50 years old, I'm no spring chicken, right? But I've learned that the biggest key to finding your soul purpose is finding the things that make your spark shine, what you find joy in, what makes you happy, what makes you feel at peace. And for me, those I found when I was using Reiki and crystal healing and astrology and tarot, oracle reading, all of those things, and helping people empower people, like teaching them to trust their own intuition through using those tools and empower themselves. That made me just, I felt like I was floating, right? It just gave me that. So that's really my goal and my life purpose, is to help others nurture their soul and love their spark. And that's my little motto. And I put that on my business cards because that to me is a big thing.
But it is, shine your light, follow your joy, follow your bliss. Like we've all heard those things, right? So it is a big part of the journey of living, or being human, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I totally understand that for sure. For our next question is, what are some of the challenges you faced during your healing journey? I know you tapped into some of them already, and I really enjoyed the fact that you mentioned that there's a specific, because of you have different planets on 29 degrees, now you know that that's part of your, I don't want to say personality, but that's part of your challenges. But in that, you've also learned how to surpass them, how to help other people also. Yes, I know you have this kind of your chart, but these are the things you can do to help your life become much more grounded, much more centered. I love that. So is there anything else that you have found, any other challenges you have had that have helped you during this journey?
Absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing has been learning to listen to my intuition and not letting ego come in, right? Even where I'm at in my journey, sometimes there's still that self-doubt that kicks in at times, and second guessing. But another thing too is like really not giving a fat frog's patootie what other people think.
Yeah.
and really learning that self-validation rather than validating oneself through other people's lenses. That's a big thing. And the other big challenge that I found that I faced, especially like in my healing journey and just even that growing, and most people, I know this is something that a lot of people face. So for anyone who's on here watching that you're beginning your spiritual journey, do note this: aloneness, and being okay with that, because as you progress in your healing journey and you experience many shifts, and during those shifts you find that people that you were once close to and resonated with, they begin to fall away. Not all of them, but some of them. And that can be very scary, especially when you start to see that there's no one around you and you begin to feel isolated and alone because you're losing those bonds and you have not yet found your tribe to replace them with.
Yeah.
Right, and attracted those new people in yet. So that can be a big scary thing when you're going through this journey. And I think that was definitely a challenge that I have faced.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think you're right. It is part of the awakening journey, right? Where you kind of shed away your old identity, even old friends, or, even the places you live sometimes. And you kind of are attracted to something new, a different vibration. And you do find your soul tribe. You do find people there that can, if maybe not in the long run, but they help you little bits, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. No, it's not
Mm.
it's not for the weak, you
No,
know. You don't call
no.
it light work for no reason.
Mm.
So the following question is, what is one lesson you have learned and share it with people all the time, right?
You never stop learning and growing. That's the big thing. Enjoy the journey. Make mistakes. Make lots of them. It's how we learn. And
Right.
embrace not only the good times, but also the challenges. They serve a purpose as well, even if you can't see it in the present moment.
Sure.
And a simple example is, again, the loss of your friends and being okay with that being alone. That gives you, that's that moment, and it gives you that opportunity to reflect and focus on you and put your energy into you, your values, your beliefs, your relationships with others, and to yourself. And it's a time of reflection, personal growth, and learning to love who you are, like really sit in your power.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, staying curious is it will lead you to places you never thought you'd
yeah,
be, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so this is the big question that I love asking everybody because everybody has a different answer. It
Okay.
is,
Pressure.
what does healing mean to you?
So healing to me, first of all, I see it as something that's very multifaceted, and I'm sure most people that come on here say that to you, that it doesn't just encompass the physical body, it's also the mental, the emotional, the spiritual bodies. It's about examining what caused the physical manifestations of the dis-ease within the body, exploring the emotional hurts, trauma that minimize an individual from embracing themselves fully, understanding the mental traumas, the beliefs about the world and oneself, and how do these things hold you back, and how do these things impact how you relate to and interact with others, right?
Right.
Where are your levels of self-confidence and self-esteem? Like, it's that whole picture thing, and that's really what healing is to me. Do you set healthy boundaries with others? That's a good question to ask yourself. Even if you don't think that you have any traumas or injuries, that's an important question. A lot of people don't set those proper boundaries, right? And get taken advantage of in some way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you set standards for yourself? How are you treated? Are you respected? Are you willing to walk away from those who don't support you on your path? And so healing isn't just about being an individual. It's and the individual parts. It's about understanding the individual as a whole. And it's also about teaching people to critically evaluate not just their body and their mind and their spirituality, but the situations and circumstances, and also the people that you allow into your environment around you, so you can empower yourself and make changes or tweaks to what isn't working, enhance what is working, and to create the best life possible for yourself. And that is healing to me in a nutshell.
Wow. What a great answer. And it's good because you're right. Healing is not one definition, right?
Mhm.
And this is the reason why I love this question is because through the lenses of the healer or the person I'm interviewing, healing has a different dimension, right? Has a different
Mhm.
way of um, moving and flowing, right? And that's why it's one of my favorite questions that I have.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, what the next question is, what do you love most about your gifts and healing talent?
So as cliche as this is going to sound, it's really the amazing people and amazing souls that I meet and who let me into their space, even if it's only for a brief moment in time. Like even from that and from the things that I do, I've made lots of friends and met some amazing people. And I also love seeing how people grow and how they empower themselves through self-awareness and self-discovery. And I love the aha moments that people have. And when they get excited about learning more, that just makes my heart melt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's kind of, it feels like it's an extension of you in a sense, right? You can identify with them because you've been in their place before. So to see them grow and thrive, you're just like, I know, fills your heart for sure.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now I'm curious as to what projects are you working on right now?
Oh, okay. So big
Bring
announcement here. Like
bring out the list.
you are you are the first person that's hearing this, I think.
Wonderful.
So I'm actually, and with someone else, and I'll get into that, but I'm currently developing a series of leveled courses and classes that start right very at the very beginning. So understanding energy, earth magic, developing your intuition, and then it's going to move into psychic development and then finally into mediumship. So it's a whole series. It's not like an overnight class. This is multifaceted. People can, they can take parts of it or all of it if they're not interested. I mean, some people are just not interested in mediumship, for example,
Right.
right? And so
Right.
they might want to stop it somewhere else. Some people might just want to learn more about understanding energy and that earth magic and just developing their intuition, but they don't want to take it to the step of psychic development.
Yeah.
So there is that, but these classes are going to be very fulsome. They're going to break down the mechanics of how you develop these skills, and there are going to be a lot of hands-on activities. So people have lots of opportunities to practice and build up their self-confidence. So my amazing friend and colleague, Jacqueline LeFay from Spirit Cave, who is an incredible medium and reader, we are going to be offering these classes together, and we are working on the curriculum together. And so this collaboration, I'm very excited about it. Classes are going to be in person. There could be an opportunity, we're looking into it, for some online components, but we really want that in-person, hands-on experience, one-on-one, face-to-face. And we're looking to launch that towards the end of April. So do stay tuned, and there will be more information posted on both of our Instagram pages, mine at @thecrystalvein_crystals and hers at spiritcave.ca, as well as our Facebook pages as we get closer to the launch. The other project I'm working on is offering more in-person services with astrology and card readings, as well as the energy healing and Reiki. And so I don't know if you're aware of this. So we met at the Oshawa Markets at the market event, the pop-up event that they were having in that one room. Well, they are opening some full-time stores in that area now that are going to be
Wow.
open 6 days a week. And so Little Shop Treasures is one of those stores that is opening up, and that's where I'm currently under Little Shop Treasures right now. So I will be moving into that side, and I will have my own little section, my little room in the back where it's so a lot more private, which I'm very excited about. So we will be opening there, and I will be able to offer these services as a drop-in or by appointment on a more regular basis, and again in a more private setting. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that is
That is
exciting. Yes, for sure.
that,
So if you're at the Oshawa flea market, please drop by.
yeah, 555 Simcoe Street South.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
see
you so
it.
much.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to ask some following questions about this program you're offering with Jackie. Is this, so you said it's in person. Is it in the evening?
So we're working on the
Okay,
dates, like we're
perfect.
going to do it, and yeah,
Okay,
that's
no worries, no worries. I
in
just
the
want to know
works.
if there was more details. I would wanted people to know, but if
Yeah,
you're working on them, work
yeah.
on them. I'm
It's
so
just
excited for you. This is,
coordinating our schedules,
uh,
really.
I know how much fun it is to work with somebody you mesh with.
Yeah.
Like Nancy and I created Chakra Insight, and today we reviewed something else, and it's just so much fun working with her. So I totally understand when you mesh and create, and just the fact that you're creating, it's so much fun. Anyway, so I know you kind of went through this, but I want you to kind of go into detail as to what services do you provide, why, and where can they find you?
Okay. So, I mean, I do energy healing, Reiki, crystal healing, but I provide astrology and tarot card readings as well. That's every weekend at the Oshawa Market. But I also offer palm reading, tea leaf reading, runes, and as well as the energy healing. I will be offering mediumship readings in the near future. And as I mentioned earlier, the classes and courses. I offer these services because I think self-discovery is so important in understanding and who you are, and that self-empowerment and living your best life is, I mean, that's why we're here. That's how I see it anyway. And, you know, everyone experiences setbacks. Everyone experiences good health and disease. Everyone experiences disappointment, heartbreak. Everyone experiences wins and successes as well. And how we choose to move through these experiences shape not only ourselves, but what we manifest into our lives. Because I do see us as co-creating with the universe what we manifest. So if I can help someone make better choices by shedding light into certain patterns of behavior that they're repeating, or tapping into their strengths, because you can see that right in a chart, right in a birth chart, you can see all that. Understanding themselves better, or just seeing a situation from a different perspective, you know, and improve not only their present, but their future. And then I'm fulfilling my purpose too when I'm doing that. And that's really why I do this. So
that's excellent. So where can they find you in the sense of social media? I know they can find you at the Oshawa Flea Market, but anywhere else, like give out your socials as well.
Yeah, okay. So people can find me and get a hold of me. I have a website. It is thecrystalvein.com. So that's pretty easy. And you can message me through Instagram at thecrystalvein_crystals, or email me at thecrystalvein, and vein is VEIN @gmail.com. And again, you can also come and see me in person at the Oshawa Market. And so this is my little shameless promotion of my friends. I have to do it because I feel this is very important, that, you know, women supporting women and small businesses supporting small businesses. But definitely come to the Oshawa Market and visit us, because I work with some really amazing, awesome people. I have, we're all in Little Shop Treasures and all under that umbrella, but I have Julie from Happy Purple Crystal and 3D, Felicia from Fungi, Haley from Mystic Moon Creations, and Allie from Allie's Art Attic. The great, wonderful people, and I'm very privileged to work alongside them, these wonderful creators and people that are on their own paths, and women, all entrepreneurs. It's really great group. So yes, come by.
I'm so glad you mentioned them, because this is exactly what this is for.
Yes.
It's for your audience to reach a different audience, and for my audience to also have access to your talents and what you do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you would like to add, Heather, or the people that are watching, do you have any questions for Heather?
Put me on the hot seat. Oh, so I see the fun guys on there. That's Felicia right there. Thank you, Felicia. You can see the comment. Yeah, and if anyone wants a tarot reading, astrology reading, come by and see me. Or even just chat about it. I love talking astrology. I love talking tarot. I love talking Reiki and energy and crystals and all of that.
Yeah, those are topics that, like, I know when I get together with friends, it's like, oh my God, it's been 3 hours. What have we done? Like, it's just, especially when we start pulling cards too. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I hear you. It's just, I know. I love tapping into spirit, and sometimes it comes easy, and sometimes it comes to somebody else. So it's exciting for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see any questions, but do you have a final word? Anything else you would like to share with people watching?
I don't really. Not really.
Well, you did wonderful, Heather. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a trooper and trying to get it on. We did it. I will be posting this right away. But I also will post it in my YouTube channel within the next couple of days. I'll edit the beginning where we have kind of having a little trouble with getting on, but it'll be on. I'll make sure to tag you.
Okay.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
Hold on. It might be. It says, Andrea. It says, I would just like to say that Heather is one of the kindest and caring people I know. She leads from that in everything she does. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.
So with that, let's finish with that. That was wonderful. That was a good ending. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for showing up. And thank you so much, Heather. And I really enjoyed this. So have a wonderful rest of your week and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.